Hi everyone, welcome back to Stella Rose Bella, where I talk about the latest Asian drama, music, and shows. Today, I want to talk about 书卷一梦, a dream within a dream. So let's get into it. So in this drama, we have Li Yitong, who plays Song Xiaoyu, or Song Yimeng, and we have Ning, who plays Nan Heng, and Li Shiliu, and also Nan Feng. So these are the characters that they play. So the opening scene was actually the reason why I started to watch this drama. There was one of the ones that played for the trailer. And I was like, what kind of drama is this? How is it that there's these three characters and they're all stabbing each other and they rotate? And I was like, what is going on with the scene? So the opening scene, I really, really loved it. And I really love the use of the background music that they have for that particular scene, because if you listen to the lyrics and you see the lyrics like all displayed on the side, what they're doing in that scene, it matches the lyrics. So I was like, oh, this is like so good. So in this drama, right off the bat, after that scene, you see that these actors, you see Song Xiaoyu and everyone else, and all just having a meeting about the script, about the drama. And Nanfeng's manager is talking about all these like ridiculous requests. And I felt like at that moment I was like, is this like satire? Is this like talking about like certain things that you hear about in the industry? How someone brings a team of like 19 people. There's like people that don't actually do the scenes or don't even say the lines, all these things. In that whole scene, I was like, whoa, okay. So I was like, this is interesting and this is really, really cool. I was like, I love it. I really loved it. And I was like, this is amazing. So I really love that scene. Drama, you see that Song Xiaoyu, she goes home and she reads the script. And I really like when you see what's happening in like the script, like how the story is supposed to go for this drama, how the story is supposed to be like. You see that there are certain scenes that are very familiar to you if you watch like Chinese dramas. Like if you watch Chinese dramas for a long time, like you know that there are particular scenes that are very familiar to you. So, for example, there is one from Love Like Galaxy and One and Only. Sure, like there's a bit more, but I don't remember. But Ning, during their like stream for this drama, he said that it's not to make fun of those dramas. We're paying respect to them, so we're not making fun of those dramas. He had to clarify that. In this drama, you will start to notice one thing is when the characters wake up. They're not like a character in the story anymore. Particularly in one of them is when Song Song Xiaoyu wants her character to get married to Chu Jiangjun, but somehow she always fails. And every time when her wedding, her team passes by in the street, there's a kid that you see holding a tanghulu, and he's like, she's getting married again, and she's getting married again and again and again. And you see the tanghulu. At first, there's like three of them, later two, and then one. And I was like, interesting. So these characters, just because you restart that whole scene, is like somehow some people forget it, but this person remembers what happened. So I was like, okay. Another part when you see a character is awake is when Song Yimeng asks her people, like, can you tell me more about my fiance? Like, what kind of person he is? But she ends up talking about Nan Heng instead. And then after she's done talking about it, Song Yimeng's like, how is this related to my fiance? And her response is like, I don't know. I want to talk about your fiance, but somehow I'm just talking about Nanhang instead. I don't know what's going on. So that was like, oh, that's interesting. So in this story, you know like what's supposed to happen in the story. It's going to happen. So in one part is when Nanheng, goes into the water and saves Song Yimeng, and like they fall in love, and there's this like big like beautiful scene and everything, and like Song Xiaoyu is Song Yimeng right now. So she's like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want this thing to happen. But then you hear like the type, like the scriptwriter like punching the keyboard, and you hear that, and then things happen, and they say, what they have to say at that moment. But in their mind is like, this is not what I want to talk about. Like, this is not what's going on. Another part is when Song Yimeng, whenever she's in danger, Nan Heng like is far away or doesn't want to like save her or anything, his body just suddenly like goes in front of her and protects her. So I was like, oh, okay, so the rule is that Nan Heng will protect Song Yimeng. That's like one thing. And another thing is that, those like important parts of the story that's going to happen, it's going to happen no matter how much you change the story whatsoever. But I feel like how the characters feel in particular at that moment for those particular scenes, the whole thing changes and everything is like different. So in the drama so far, we know that Song Xiaoyu, she read the script before she came into this drama world, this script world. And like she's like, I know what's gonna happen and all these things. And one thing is like when she got into the story, she didn't know about Li Shiliu, this like secret identity that Nan Heng has. I was like, how is that she read the whole story and knows the script very well, yet she does not know about his secret identity? Is this identity new that was added by the scriptwriter? And like, is it for the story to go on and how like she falls in love with Li Shiliu, which is his identity? Is that the reason why he has a secret identity? I don't know. Is this like how this story is gonna push, for this like couple, their love story? There are parts when Song Xiaoyu would say like, this isn't supposed to happen right now, or these things isn't happening. This is not what the script said. Da, 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 da. But then I was like, when she realizes that, I was like, when are you gonna realize that these characters that you feel like, I know all these things that's gonna happen, it's not gonna go according to how the story is gonna be like, because they are their own people, their own characters. They have, they're not completely controlled by the script, I guess, in some way. Another thing is that I feel like Song Xiaoyu, she feels like, I'm not part of this story. Like, everything is not real. These are just like characters in a story. So whatever happens to them, it doesn't really matter. And then like, I was like, does she not also understand she's also part of the story? Like, she's also controlled by the scriptwriter, even though like it's like she knows like what's gonna happen. But I was like, does she really know when she's surprised by a certain character's reaction and things that's happening? I was like, you're also part of the story too. You're not just like an outsider. So one thing that I feel like all of us should notice, especially going back to the first episode, is Nan Feng, which is the male lead that we all see in the like script like meeting. And one thing is that like when he leaves the meeting, he actually looks at Song Xiaoyu a bit before he leaves the meeting. And then if you look at the credits for the drama, for the character that Liu Ning plays, he plays Nan Heng and Li Shiliu. There is no Nan Feng. So who is this Nan Feng that we see in the present day? So is he Nan Heng that came out from the story and meets Song Xiaoyu in her world? And in the English translation for this drama is a dream within a dream. So is Song Xiaoyu dreaming and Nan Heng comes out of the story? She meets him in the modern day, but there's in that drama, that script meeting is also a dream, but not real life yet. I'm looking forward to is when all the characters that we see in this drama, when they wake up, and when Song Xiaoyu understands that this world that she's in, these people are not NPCs. They are like real flesh, humans. They have, their own way of thinking, feelings, everything. So I'm really interested to see how this world will be shaken up and things that are supposed to happen, how it's going to be changed. Because everything that we've seen so far, based on the script when she read it in the first episode, everything that's going to happen, it's going to happen, but maybe there's a little bit of change. So I'm excited to see what will happen. So anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think of this drama so far, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!